What is going on, BitCommS? Happy 1 hour Thursday. Obviously, we're just going to do the hour. We'll be up and off here. Sorry for the extremely late start today. Was not my intention. I actually meant to do this a lot earlier today. And then I had some obligations I had to get to this evening. I am very dehydrated because of it. But we will get into it. So thank you for joining me for this tier list debate. I'm excited to discuss it, to debate it. We're going to go over it. I'm going to go over some of the items. So what we are discussing and debating today is specifically, there was a tier list that was put out. And it talks about the top 25, top 25 actors of our time, okay? And now they don't have them like in a one, do they have them in a 1 through? No, they don't. They just have the top 25 of our time. Some I can agree with, some I extremely disagree with. But what we'll do is we'll go one by one. I'll start from the bottom of this list, actually. And then we'll work our way up to... Again, the only thing I think of is that the tier list is in the order that they believe going 1 through 25. That's probably not how they're doing it. They just probably just pick the 25 they think are the best of our time. Again, I agree with quite a few of these, but not all. And when they refer to our time... that's referring to our current actors that are still around. These are not of all time, but these are of our current time. I wonder if it gives. Let me see. Does it say what time frame? Cinema has spanned. That's why I got tongue tied there. Has spanned a total of a century, beginning with a short clip of a jockey riding a horse. Okay. Never mind. Let's go. Through the golden age of Hollywood, cinema's age, only getting better with artists and industry. With the advancement of technology on top of this, the way the movies has changed has dramatically bringing out a whole new generation of filmmaking. Okay, and then it goes back to, cut to 2023. Modern day cinema has inevitably introduced new talents. Here are the top 25 greatest actors of our time. So my guess would just be the only qualification is that they are still alive and acting. So they have to be an active actor today. So if somebody is retired that you feel it was a great actor or is a great actor, if they're not currently acting in film, I'm not sure what their tier would be. As far as I can see, everybody in this list has definitely been in a movie sometime, I would say definitely within the last 5 years, if not even sooner. Or I mean, yeah. No longer than that. Maybe one? Yeah, there might just be one. Okay. I just don't know. But we can bring them up as we go along. Okay. So the very first actor that is brought up, and if the sound you guys want, the background sound, I just have up Fall Guys just for the sound, just because we haven't had it on in a long time. And I know we use like the Modern Warfare as like the intro and exit music because we just have it playing. I really don't have any of that stuff, but if you guys would like me to turn it up, turn it down, you guys let me know. Okay, so the first one that it brings up is Cate Blanchett. Okay, Cate Blanchett. And I will bring up her acting credits. So, currently, she has that Netflix movie that came out last year called The School for Good and Evil. I'm sure you guys have seen the little advertisement promo when you guys get on Netflix, log into Netflix. I mean, I don't know if I know that I've seen it before. I don't know if it still is or whatever, but when you definitely log into Netflix, it has come up. At least for me, it has in the past. And definitely when you go into the movie section, this would come up. So The School for Good and Evil. I'm trying to think of big movies that everybody would know. Nightmare Alley. If any of you have seen How to Train Your Dragon, she plays the mom. Do you guys remember that? She played the mom. And oh, here's an even better one. In Thor Ragnarok, she played Hela. How could I forget that one? She played Hela, Thor's sister, evil sister that Odin like put away into like a realm to where she couldn't cause no harm. But she played Hela. I think that's the best way to for you guys to know her. Yeah, she played Hela, and then she's been in some other movies, big movies, you know, like Red. She played the mother. I think Red was a movie with Jennifer Lawrence, right? Stuff like that. I'm trying to think of some big ones. So basically, oh, you guys would know her from Lord of the Rings. She's probably in the series too, right? Because she plays a Galadriel. She's like the wizard or the woods. Like she's like the queen of the woods or whatever. The woodland realm. So she has a lot of acting credits. Obviously, she played in the Hobbit movies. She played in Lord of the Rings, and I think she plays in that new television series. Let me see if it's in her acting credits. She also plays the voice of Kaa in Mowgli. I didn't even know that. I know that Kaa had a female's voice, but I didn't know that was her. I don't see. See, I thought that what I understood about the television series for The Lord of the Rings was based around her character, was my understanding, but I guess I was wrong. Let me see if I can give you guys some more big acting credits. I think, Hela from Thor is a pretty good one. Oh, she's if you guys remember The Curious Case of Benjamin Button, she's in that as well. Remember on the box it showed Benjamin Button, which was like Brad Pitt's character, and then the woman that was next to him, the other half, like, so it shows like half of Brad Pitt's face, and then it shows half of hers. Let me show you guys the front cover, the cover art of like the movie and the box and everything. So there's Brad Pitt, and then that's Cate Blanchett. So. Again, Hela, I think, is a better way. She played Marion Loxley in Robin Hood, with the one with oh gosh, now I'm gonna forget his name. Hold on, don't tell me. It's oh man, am I really gonna have to click on this to look it up? Russell Crowe. Gosh, I'm glad I got it. Oh yeah, she played the bad lady in the Crystal Skull with Indiana Jones. Remember she. Yeah. Anyway, she's the bad lady in that movie. Babel. So yeah, the Aviator. She was more like early 2000s. She was like the it girl. You know what I mean? Like she was like the big time. Like from 2000 to like 2010, she was the lady. She was like in everything. Like anything major drama with big awards. So I can see why she's up there. I mean, I feel like she's a good actor, but I feel like there's better actors out there. I would not personally put her on my top 25 of our time. But you guys let me know how you feel about that. I'm not big on it. I don't think she is. It doesn't make sense to me to have her on the top 25, but Cate Blanchett. I would kick her off. Okay, next one. Joaquin Phoenix. He's, first off, been in acting for a very long time. And, famously known recently for the movie The Joker. I personally enjoyed The Joker. I don't know if I'd give it anywhere of a like top tier list for me. It was just okay. It's definitely not a movie you need to watch multiple times. You could probably watch it once, be totally fine. I think I've watched it once, truly all the way through. I might have even seen it in theaters. And then have seen it and kind of played it while busy doing other things another time. So I've seen tidbits of it, but definitely didn't sit down to watch it. So Joker's a big one. I know you guys. I know almost everybody would know him from the Joker. I know that everybody talked about his movie Her, where he had like a pretend relationship with like um, Alexa or something like that, like the Alexa or Siri. Like he had like a relationship with her. One of them, one of the AIs or whatever. He also played in Walk the Line. Remember, he played Johnny Cash. He's been in a lot of big movies over his time. I do think he's a great acting talent. No matter what you think of him outside of acting, he was in the movie Signs with Mel Gibson. He played the son. He was like the former baseball player. He was in, this is a big one, Gladiator. He was he was the emperor or whatever. He was like the king. He was a Commodus. Remember, it's like he's got that famous gif where he's like this, and he goes like that. Like everybody uses that gif for like thumbs up, thumbs down, or it's like he's like, and he gets really serious, and it's a huge scene, right? Because Russell Crowe, that's like Russell Crowe's biggest acting talent, right? Is he comes walking out, and he said, I'm Maximus Immersius Didymus or whatever, and general to the armies of the north, husband to a murdered wife, father to a murdered son. That whole scene right there is to upplay the king, right? Who's Commodus, who is Joaquin Phoenix. But Joaquin Phoenix's acting talents or acting credits go all the way back to 1982, well before I was born. Yeah, and then he played in a bunch of TV shows. His first big movie that I'd say we would all know, which I remember him being in one. Oh, I guess this wouldn't be big movie. To me, I remember him from this was Parenthood with Steve Martin. And then, yeah, I guess Gladiator was like his first big. That would have been his first big that any of us would know of. I would say greatest of our time, current time right now, again, still alive, still acting till today, I would put Joaquin Phoenix up there. I think he's a phenomenal talent. I don't know if I would have remembered him in my tier list. I do believe he is top 25, though. I again, for his Gladiator role, for the Joker role, and for other stuff. And I feel like, he's, obviously I think he's doing the next supposed Joker, right? They're doing a Joker part 2. They've already done filming, right? Yeah, there it is. Joker Folie à Deux, which is supposed to be, playing off the words of 2. So, yeah, from what I understand, they're already filming. They're already in the filming process. There's been clips of them coming out, watching him walk the streets, I guess, of New York, or wherever they shot that. Was it New York? It was in Gotham. But yeah, there's already scenes of him, clips coming out. So yes, I would keep him up here. Now, here's the one where I don't know if he's acted in the last 5 to 10 years. I'd say 10 years pushing it, so guess 2013. He's probably acted since 2013. But definitely in that last 5 years, I cannot personally remember this person in a movie. George Clooney. You guys would all know George for Oceans, right? The Oceans movie. I do think George Clooney is a good actor. I don't know if I'd put him in top 25 of our time, or even all time. I know a lot of other people would. But let's see. The last movie that he played in was in 2016. Oh, sorry, I guess not. Oh no, these aren't even released. Yeah, so the last movie that he played in was in 2016 that was released. He has some movies that are coming up. Two of them he's already filmed, but they have not been released yet. Oh, have they? Or maybe I'm looking at this wrong. Never mind. Is this a Netflix film? So apparently he came out in a Netflix film that's called The Midnight Sky. Okay, I'd never even seen this. Okay, come on, get off that movie. Midnight Sky and Ticket to Paradise. And it was just him and Julia Roberts. And I don't even know if it looks like an actual movie. Well, I guess it does, because the name of his character in the movie is David Cotton. I got to keep track of the time here because I'll just talk and talk and talk. BITCOMMS. Yeah. So to me, his biggest acting talents. I know he's been in some other stuff. He's been in a lot of like dramas, like Hollywood type movies. You know, where it's like Hollywood loves to make those movies, but they're not like big box office movies, so to say. I love when he does the voice of Mr. Fox. I don't know if you guys know this, Fantastic Mr. Fox. I personally really enjoy that movie. I know there's a lot of people didn't. I thought it was phenomenal, and I didn't think it was going to be phenomenal. I thought it was like a. I was like, this movie looks really weird. I watched it, loved it. The first time I watched it, I loved it. But he plays Mr. Fox. Obviously, he has a lot of acting credits from the TV show ER, where he was basically made famous, right? He did 109 episodes of ER. I don't know how many total episodes ER did, but he did 109 of them. You know, he's been in some movies, but Oceans to me are his big ones, right? The Oceans movie, Oceans 12, Oceans 11, Oceans 13. And then of course he's been in some other acting stuff. You know, like Perfect Storm, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, a bunch of Three Kings, just a bunch of stuff like that. Where again he got a lot of credit from Hollywood. I just don't consider him. He played Batman. I forgot about that in '97. But yeah, I don't know if I would call him one of the greatest actors of our time. I think that this person choosing this tier list is biased towards like actors like him that are like big Hollywood names, but I don't think they're big Hollywood. I would put Matt Damon before George Clooney. And in Oceans, he was Danny Ocean, and Matt Damon was not. Matt Damon. Okay, so we're gonna move on. Julianne Moore. If you don't know who Julianne Moore is, she was in. She played Clarice. You know Clarice. So Silence of the Lambs, Clarice was played by Jodie Foster. Jodie Foster didn't want to play Clarice again in the next one, which was called Hannibal, right? Let me make sure. I don't think it was called Lecter, because Lecter was, I think the one that was like the prequel to all those, right? Let's see. And this would have been early 2000s? I can't remember when this movie came out. When did... Julianne Moore's also got a big acting talent. She's been around for a while. At least that I've seen. She's been in a lot of movies. Again, a lot of... Oh, Hannibal. It's just called Hannibal. Yeah. Oh, no. I said Hannibal, right? Yeah. I said Lecter was like the prequel. But yeah, she played in Hannibal. She's played in a lot of films. I will give her that. If you guys remember in The Lost World, Jurassic Park, which was the number 2, she played Sarah Harding. She was in the movie Assassins. I don't know if you guys remember that movie with... yeah, so she's been around for a long time. She's always played like the wife. You know, or like, you know, the side. She started her acting career, looks like first movies were in '84, where she was in eight episodes of some sort of TV show. Let's see where we can give her big credit, right? I think Jurassic Park's one. She played a small part in The Fugitive, if you guys remember that, with Harrison Ford. I remember that. I've seen that movie multiple times. But yeah, she played the doctor where like he was trying to like work around the hospital and find details, and she took his badge. That was her. She was in 9 Months. I don't know if you guys remember that. Lost World, Jurassic Park. Obviously, there's some other. Oh, Big Lebowski. I forgot that. She played the daughter. I guess she was in the 1998 version of Psycho, but I watched it like once. I wouldn't remember anything from it, what character she played. She was in SNL's The Lady Man. I know that I said Hannibal. Evolution was the same year as Hannibal. She played like the weird science-y lady to David Duchovny's character, if you guys remember that. Her big acting talents for Hollywood are like The Hours and The Forgotten. I never saw The Hours, or at least I maybe attempted to watch it, didn't finish it. And then she played The Forgotten. I remember that. I did not like it. She also played in Laws of Attraction. So she's been in 2 movies with. Oh no, never mind. 2 different main men. I was thinking Hugh Grant, but that's not Hugh Grant in Laws of Attraction. She played with 9 months with Hugh Grant. She was the wife, the pregnant wife, and then in Laws of Attraction, she was with Pierce Brosnan. Okay, let's see if we can get big. She was the cop in Next, if you guys remember that with Nicolas Cage. I do. She was the voice of the AI, the killing AI in the movie Eagle Eye. Do you guys remember Eagle Eye? She was the voice of the AI bot that kept bossing them around and making them do crazy stuff and set up like the whole bomb thing and was like was threatening people's families and all that stuff. She was that voice. She was in Liam Neeson's Nonstop as Jen Summers, so she's never had big roles. Oh, she played in The Hunger Games in the Mockingjay 1 and 2. She was President Coin. Remember Coin? Who was like, she had like contacts in the whole time, you could totally tell, and she had the pure white hair. And then in the very last scene, I'm not trying to ruin anything, but Jennifer Lawrence's character, Primrose Everdeen. It's she is the Mockingjay. What is her name? It's Everdeen. Katniss. Katniss's character shoots an arrow at her. Remember that in the very last one. She plays the evil witch in Seven Sons. So to me, she has no big acting talents. Again, she would be somebody that she played Poppy in Kingsman, The Golden Circle. I remember that. That was actually a pretty good film. I enjoyed it. But yeah, to me, she has nothing like huge, like epic saga. You know what I mean? Not to say she's a bad actress. I don't know. I think she does great stuff at times. I just don't think she's greatest of our time for top 25. How much time we got? Wow. I've only gone through like 5 and it's already 30 minutes into the stream. Sorry, BitComms. Tom Hanks. Yeah, I don't know. I think Tom Hanks is, personally, outside of acting, I would say no. Acting wise, yes, 100%. I don't even have to go through his stuff. He's played in so many big movies of all time. Just Toy Story alone, Woody's voice. Philadelphia, Forrest Gump, Castaway, A League of Their Own. What was some of the others, big ones? I guess I'll just bring them up real quick. But yeah, I would have to say yes for Tom Hanks. Only because I think he's played in some of the biggest films of all time that were big phenomena. You know what I mean? And I know that he hasn't played in much, but since having these big, great, crazy films. But anytime he does, it's one of those things where you have to debate going to watch it. You know what I mean? He did The Inferno. He did the Da Vinci Code stuff. Sully. Yeah, this one will be quick. Obviously, Woody from Toy Story. Saving Mr. Banks. Cloud Atlas. And don't get me wrong, there's a bunch of movies on here that you guys would probably want me to name. I'm just not going to name them. I'm going to name the big ones that I see, that I think. Polar Express, right? Christmas movie. Terminal. I know a lot of people don't like that. I didn't mind it. Catch Me If You Can. Road to Perdition. Green Mile. You've Got Mail. Obviously, Sleepless in Seattle, right? Big. I haven't come up to those. Apollo 13. I already mentioned Philadelphia. Wow, League of Their Own is that old? I didn't even realize that film was that old. 1992. Way older than me. Radio Flyer. I don't know if you guys ever saw that. I've seen it. I think we have a copy of it around somewhere. The Burbs. Big. I said that one. But, there's a lot of old stuff that he played in. I haven't seen a lot of this. Yeah, so I would have to say yes, but I think outside of acting, not the best. He comes up. I don't know. Octavia Spencer. So yes. So far out of that list, Tom Hanks a yes, Julianne Moore a no, George Clooney a no, Joaquin a yes, and Cate Blanchett a yes. Oh no, I said Cate Blanchett a no. No, you probably have to put Cate Blanchett. I don't know. Joaquin, yes. Cate Blanchett's still tough for me. I would like to say yes because she's got the epic saga in there. Okay, yes to Kate Blanchett. No to Joaquin. No to George Clooney. No to Julianne Moore. Yes to Tom Hanks. Octavia Spencer. Um, she has won an Academy Award, but again, that doesn't add anything to me. Um, she was in The Witches. I'm trying to think of anything big that you guys would know her from. Onward, that was kind of recent. She was the Manticore. She was in Doctor Dolittle, but I think she played one of the animals. I know The Help is where she got her Academy Award, and that was a big one. She's played in a lot of serious roles. Bad Santa 2, she played Opal. I've seen Bad Santa 2, I don't remember that. Oh, Zootopia, she played Mrs. Otterton? I didn't know that that was her voice. I really like Zootopia. She was in the Divergent series, but I don't remember her. I don't. Snowpiercer. I don't remember her. The Help. That's where she won her award. Okay, now here's a movie that I remember that you guys may not remember her from, and here's why I would say yes. Only because I still think she's making good films, especially seeing like Zootopia and stuff that she's doing all this voice actor work. I think she's more of a Hollywood type of person. You know what I mean? Like she's just making like the right connections to get films. You know what I mean? More. I'm not saying she's not a good acting talent, but to me, the film that really stands out for me, that I'm sure a lot of people disagree with, but I thought she did phenomenal as a small character part, somebody that you would just basically forget about. Do you guys remember the movie Dinner for Schmucks in 2010, where Steve Carell, he's kind of like the off the wall kind of nincompoop guy, and then Paul Rudd is supposed to invite him to a dinner to impress his boss, who hosts this dinner for schmucks. It's like the biggest, like the award for the biggest loser of the losers. You know what I mean? She played the pet psychic, remember? And they brought the dinner out, and you remember it from the trailer. She played it so good. That's the thing about her. She played that part phenomenal, and she was only in the movie for like 10 minutes. Dead serious. She was in the movie for 10 minutes, and I remember her part more than any of the other characters in that movie. And she's sitting there, and they bring out these lobsters, like these really expensive lobsters, and she puts her hand over it, and she goes, "I'm getting a reading." And remember she does the where she's getting the mental of what the lobster went through to get cooked. It is phenomenal. You guys need to go watch it. Dinner for Schmucks. She played in it. I'm going to say yes. Octavia Spencer. Kate Winslet. Obviously, you guys know Kate famously for the Titanic. She was Rose. Jack played by Leonardo DiCaprio. I would say, even though I haven't seen her anything recently, oh, that's not true. I saw her in Avatar: Way of Water. I forgot she played. She's the queen of the new tribe, the Water Tribe. And I'm not going to give you guys any more than that. Watched that movie last night. The movie is good. I give it like a 7.1 out of 10. It's a good movie. I wouldn't say greatest of all time or great, but it's definitely a good movie to sit down watch with other people. It's a lot of fun, entertaining. But yeah, she was in that. That's the last thing that I've seen Kate Winslet in a long time. But she played in Titanic. A lot of other stuff. Divergent. She's the evil lady in Divergent series. Obviously Titanic, Rose. I mean, I don't know. Kate Winslet's like a coin toss for me. I know she's been around. Everybody loves her. James Cameron loves her. Obviously, James Cameron really loves her. He puts her in Titanic, and then he puts her in the Way of Water. He likes her in water movies. I don't know if she's greatest of our time. I'm just going to be honest with you. I think she's good. You know what it is? I think when you see her on screen, because she played in such a big movie like Titanic, when you see her on screen, you're kind of drawn into the movie more. I know when I saw her in the Divergent movies, which I didn't think were great, even though I did see all of them, I didn't think they were that great. And I think the actress that plays the main character, she's not that great. I would never consider her for anything huge. I'm not saying she's a bad actress. I just don't think she should be the main actress, is a better way to put it. Kate Winslet, I would have to say yes. only because of Titanic. Only because of Titanic. She's done something that's been so epic that when you see her in movies, even when she plays a smaller part, like she's not the main character, you go, oh my gosh, she's in this. You know what I mean? And to me, that says something about her. It's like if you saw Tom Hanks in a movie, you're like, what? I didn't know Tom Hanks was in this movie. I thought this was a movie about, whoever the main actor was. Like, I didn't know Tom Hanks was in this. You know what I mean? It's that kind of a thing. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, man. This is tough for me. Greatest of our time? And as I'm looking at Samuel L. Jackson, I'm looking at Morgan Freeman right above him. Morgan Freeman, no question. There's not a question that he is one of the greatest actors of our time, and he will go down as one of the greatest actors of all time. Just looking at even most recently, you can get into The Dark Knight, right? The Dark Knight trilogy. When he plays, oh my gosh, now I'm going to forget his character's name. Fox. Lucius Fox. Gosh, I'm glad I remembered it. When he played Lucius Fox, like, to me, that says everything. Morgan Freeman, 100%. He'll go down as one of the greatest of all time, but he's definitely the greatest of our time. That's without a shadow of a doubt. I would put him in the same tier as Tom Hanks as far as category goes with films, and he dates back to a lot of older films, some of which I've seen, some of which we don't have to go into his acting talents. I can just, Shawshank Redemption, Dark Knight. By the way, his first big film that started his stardom was Shawshank Redemption. He'd been acting here and there before that, but that was later in his life. It was like into his 40s. He did Shawshank Redemption, and that, skyrocketed his career for him. And he should. He's a phenomenal actor. His voices, everything. He's done a lot of voiceover work. He's done, those Bruce Almighty films. He portrays God. Doesn't play God. He portrays God. So, yes, absolutely. How much time we got left? 20 minutes. Okay. I think we can get through this list. I hope. Sam L. Jackson. I love him, and I love movies that he's in. I just don't know if he's greatest of all time. That's my thing. Now, you can say that he played Nick Fury, and I thought he did great, by the way, as Nick Fury. You could say he played Nick Fury in Big Mace Windu. Then yes. I totally forgot that he was Mace Windu. Yes. I'm going to say yes. I totally forgot that he was Star Wars. It's one of those things you don't think about. You don't think about Samuel Jackson in that. And it's because of the way he's portrayed in that as a Jedi. You know what I mean? Like, in a lot of his movies, he's kind of like, I guess as Nick Fury, but even as Nick Fury, he's kind of like, a different character. You know what it is to me is like his character from Pulp Fiction, his bad MF character. I forget the name of the character, but his bad MF is kind of like the character that he portrays in a lot of movies. And so that's my thing is that Nick Fury kind of plays that character. Although I forgot he played, 100%. 100%. I forgot two more characters that just came up. 100% Samuel Jackson. Just skyrocketed him. I totally forgot. I forgot he played Elijah Price in Glass and Unbreakable. How could I forget that he was the villain? Again, phenomenal. And it's one of those movies where he's not playing Samuel Jackson. You know what I mean? He's playing the character. And Incredibles, Frozone. Come on. Done. Okay, moving on. Samuel Jackson, Morgan Freeman, absolutely 100%. Leonardo DiCaprio. Yes. Let's just say yes. Yes. Leonardo DiCaprio, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, Titanic, Romeo and Juliet, Wolf of Wall Street. I forget the one that he won the Academy Award for, his first ever, but Wolf of Wall Street I think says enough right there. So, Leonardo DiCaprio, absolutely. Absolutely. Anne Hathaway. Now, here's why I'm saying yes to Anne Hathaway. Yes, she's been doing it for a while. But you go to Princess Diaries, right, where she was like the princess character, and even though she was actually really older for that character, for the time, I think she was in her late 20s playing 16-year-old? That's the character she was portraying. She did a phenomenal job in the Princess Diaries. But then you look at something like Les Miserables, where she plays, what's the name of that character? It's like Cecil? Fontaine. Selena, she played in The Dark Knight. rises. Yes, but anyway, just for Les Miserables and The Princess Diaries, I say you would have to give her, and that's also what she won the Academy Award for. Again, not somebody outside of acting that I say is the coolest person. I've heard a lot of bad stories about her, the way she treats wait staff. Like to me, if you're any type of person, doesn't matter your industry, your title, your success in life, if you treat people that wait on you hand and foot for, and they're trying to make their living, and you treat them like dog water, you are the actual dog water. Now, if that person's out of line, the server, right? The server feels a certain way or is acting a certain way, absolutely, they do not deserve a gratuitous tip or to be treated in a certain way. But I think you as an actor or somebody with success in their life should not treat them. I don't think anybody, if you're choosing to go eat somewhere and be served on head and foot, there's an expectation there for you to treat them and them to treat you. And if you cannot do both and then make sure to tip them at the end of this, you do not deserve to have service to you, period. I don't care what country you come from. In the United States, if you go to a restaurant where somebody's living is based upon serving you, you do not need to be waited on hand and foot. Go to McDonald's, go to Burger King, go to a taco shop like we have a plethora of that out here in Vegas, where you can just get your food. There's tables in there. You can serve yourself your own drinks. There's bathrooms. It's everything else that a sit-down service restaurant has, where except you don't have to be serviced. When you're choosing to be serviced, you have to pay for the service, or you can go somewhere else where there's no service. So yes, Dan Hathaway. And the next one, absolutely 100%, Christian Bale. Goes without saying, my number one movie of all time is The Dark Knight, minus Maggie Gyllenhaal and minus Eric Eckhart's Two-Face performance. Everything else in that movie, the opening scene, the portrayal by Heath Ledger, the betrayal, the way he portrays the Joker, is bar none one of the best acting experiences of all time in my mind. And I think that Christian Bale to me is Batman, is Bruce Wayne, and he played it phenomenally. There's nobody else that's ever matched him. So Christian Bale, absolutely 100%. You can go into other movies. I mean, he was just in that new Thor movie. Was it God of Thunder or Gods of Thunder? I don't know. Anyway, but yes, phenomenal. And he plays the bad guy in that. Helen Bonham Carter. Yes, absolutely. She is, again, her big franchise, right? You guys will say, well, what's her big epic one? Harry Potter, baby. There's nobody that will ever forget that laugh that she portrayed, that everybody on set and every director, when they put her in the next Harry Potter, thought was phenomenal. And it's because she truly just engulfs the character that she plays. She was also in Les Miserables, in case you guys forgot. She was the pickpocket hotel lady that was robbing people blind and all that stuff. She was in Fight Club. Her credits go on and on and on. What was the other one? She was in the second Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I know I already said Bellatrix Lestrange from the Harry Potter. I'm trying to think of the one with Johnny Depp, Sweeney Todd. She was in Sweeney Todd. Films like that, man. She is phenomenal. She plays the Queen, the Wicked Queen in those new Alice in Wonderland movies. I totally forgot about that. So yes, Helen Bonham Carter, without a doubt, unmistakably one of the greatest actors of our time. Unmistakably. Okay, so next is Sigourney Weaver. Man, this is tough. You know what? I'm going to say yes. For the Alien movies, Avatar, obviously, right? But it's also because she played in Ghostbusters, which is some of my favorite films of all time. I don't know if I even have in my top 10, but I love the Ghostbuster films. I love Ghostbusters in general. But, she played in Ghostbusters. So, yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Again, going back to the Aliens thing, and then, again, to be able to change from that type of acting to, like Avatar. You know what I mean? And she has some great acting talents. I forget which one. Was it Gorillas of the Mist or something like that? Where she's playing that philanthropist that was trying to stop all the poaching of all the gorillas in the jungle. I forget what, I guess the jungle, right? There's only one jungle in the world, right? And save all the gorillas that were being harvested and killed or sorry, unalived for their for whatever whoever knows what poachers collect. But yeah, Johnny Depp, come on, man, easy, absolutely 100%. Pirates of the Caribbean, that says enough right there. But to add to that, great acting talents, Edward Scissorhands, and just so many more. I mean, Corpse Bride. The list goes on and on and on. And he's played so many different parts. You know what I mean? He's played so many different characters over and over and over again. And he does it. But to me, he does it better than anybody else. The fact that he can go from Jack Sparrow, you know what I mean, to I don't know if you guys have seen this. It's not a great movie. I wouldn't tell anybody to watch it more than once. But the movie The Tourist with Angelina Jolie, where he's playing just a tourist, but he's not. He's actually the guy. But yeah, I mean, he goes from that where he's like a low talking guy. Rango, you know what I mean? Played the anime movie Rango, you know what I mean? Where he's the lizard. Phenomenal. Keanu Reeves, without a doubt. The Matrix in itself. To add to that, now you have all the John Wicks. You go back to when he played in The Devil's Advocate. You go back to the Bill and Ted's. If you guys have never had a chance to see those, they're easy to find and rent or whatever. You probably find them on like Amazon Prime because they're not that big. And then he did the newest one. The newest one wasn't great, but yeah, I mean, like he goes from being a Point Break, right, surfer dude to you know what I mean, to and John Wick, man, come on, John Wick in The Matrix. Enough said. Charlize Theron. Okay, this is tough for me because I've never seen Monster, which is her greatest acting talent. But I will tell you this. Everything that I've seen her in, whether she plays small part or big part, she is phenomenal. She's phenomenal at being evil, being happy, being the good guy, being the bad guy. So I would have to say yes. I thought she did phenomenal in that new recent Mad Max. I didn't think the movie was phenomenal. She was great in Prometheus. If you guys have never seen that, she was in basically like the new Aliens prequel. She was phenomenal in that. She was also in Devil's Advocate. Speaking of Keanu Reeves, she was Keanu Reeves' wife in that movie that was being tormented by all the demons attacking them and stuff because the devil didn't want her to live, who was played by, of course, one of the greatest actors of all time, Al Pacino. But yeah. Scarlett Johansson. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this because everybody loves her as Black Widow. I'm not saying she's not a good actress. I'm not saying she doesn't make good films. I don't think she's the greatest actress of our time. My personal opinion. I think a lot of people think she's very pretty. I know she's been doing this for a very long time. I think she was like, in The Horse Whisperer for whatever when ago. She was like a teenage actress or whatever. I think it's really cool that she married a comedian who's, I think he's on SNL, right? You know what I mean? I think that's awesome that she has that kind of personality. But yeah, I don't, other than like the Avengers movies, I don't think she's played in anything like super epic or great. I guess we can bring up her acting talents. How much time do we have left in the stream? Because I think we're getting close to the end of the list. Oh, we're really close on time though. How many more? 1, 2. Okay, so only 2 past her. We'll look her up real quick. We will look up her acting talent. See if there's any films that stand out to me to keep her in that. Lost in Translation. I know a lot of people are going to speak out about that. Oh, I forgot she was in Sing though. See, I didn't even know she could sing until I found out that she was the character with the spikes in the show Sing. I never seen Ghost in Shell yet. I wanted to. Oh, she played Kaa in the Jungle Book. Oh, so that was Mowgli that Cate Blanchett did. Yeah, see that takes. I guess maybe not. I said Cate Blanchett was back on, right? Lucy. Oh, I forgot she played Molly in the movie The Chef. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie The Chef with Jean Favreau. It's pretty good. She plays the hostess or whatever. in the restaurant that he tries to, or that he ends up getting fired from. The Island. See, she just played, to me in The Island, she just played like a unintelligent girl. I'm trying to think if I can see anything that to me says you are like greatest of all time. I know a lot of people like the Lost in Translation one. I don't think that's big in my mind. Yeah, the Horse Whisperer, that's what I said. Remember when she was young? I guess she played the sister in Home Alone 3, now that I'm looking at her acting credits. If you guys remember this film, it's an older Disney film. You'd have to see it on Disney Plus. It's called North. I think it's Disney. With Elijah Wood, and she plays like the love interest in it, Laura Nielsen. Yeah, the only thing I would give her credit for is obviously all the, for playing Black Widow and all the like Avengers and Marvel films. And then Chef, I think, is a good example. Lucy was bad. I know that doesn't speak for acting talent. I'm just saying in general. And Ash from Sing. Because it made me realize, like, wow, she's actually a really good singer. Oh, man, I don't know if that puts her over the top, though. And we're getting really close on time here, BitComms. Yeah, I personally don't see it. I think she's a great actress, and I love what she does. I'm going to say no to top 25. I'm going to probably get a lot of hate for that. That's okay. Speed! Okay, next one. Natalie Portman. Absolutely. Padme from Star Wars. Obviously, Black Swan, Leon the Professional. V for Vendetta. I think that's a huge one to give under her acting credit. But yeah, the fact that she was in the prequel of the trilogy of the Star Wars and so on and so forth, I would say that she's currently still one of the best actresses, because not only playing a big franchise like that in Star Wars and being, humble or whatever you want to look at it enough to play in those films, but then have something under her acting credit like V for Vendetta, again, dating back to her early years of Leon the Professional, which is a great early movie. If you guys have never seen it, you can go back, probably rent it for cheap. But yeah, we're on the last two right now. But yeah, Natalie Portman. 100%. Scarlett Johansson was a no. Natalie Portman is a yes. And last but not least of the top 25 greatest actors of our time, again, our time, current time, Bryan Cranston. I know a lot of you may be Breaking Bad fans. You guys are basically saying that he is a phenomenal actor for his one film. And I'm unfortunately going to strongly, and I mean strongly, disagree. I do not think Bryan Cranston is a phenomenal actor. I think he played one character phenomenally, and that was in the TV show Breaking Bad. That has jolted him, to many other acting talents now, and people want to see him in other stuff and all that stuff. But I personally do not believe that he's top 25 or even greatest of all time. I would say that J.K. Simmons, is that his name? The guy that plays, he's in the Spider-Man movies. He's always trying to, he plays like, hold on, J.K. Simmons, right? Yeah, J.K. Simmons. I would say that J.K. Simmons is a far better actor than Bryan Cranston, in my mind. Again, I give him credit for the character that he played in Breaking Bad. To me also, like Steve Carell. Steve Carell's a good actor, but I think everybody loves him from The Office, right? He played the character in The Office, Michael Scott, phenomenally. Doesn't mean he deserves to be top 25 of our time. I don't think he is. And I truly do not believe Bryan Cranston is at all. Not even close. I think there's way better actors that still act today that are far and above his acting talent. I'm not saying he's not good. I think he played one part phenomenal, and that's what everybody loves him for. So, Exactly. Was pretty good, but it's not greatest of our. It's so the list is greatest of our time. It was a tier list that I'm not going to give credit to the writer of it, unfortunately, who wrote this story by this journalist who's obviously a big movie buff, I guess. But this was their tier list of 25 actors that they said were top 25 actors of our time. I disagree with the list. For the most part, I think there's some great ones. Again, I'll just go back through. Bryan Cranston's a no. Natalie Portman is a yes. Scarlett Johansson is a no. Charlize Theron is a yes. Keanu Reeves, yes. Johnny Depp, yes. Sigourney Weaver, yes. Helen Bonham Carter, absolutely. I think she's phenomenal. I think she's underutilized, and I think people underestimate her actual amazing acting talent. Christian Bale, phenomenal. Anne Hathaway, phenomenal. Leonardo DiCaprio, absolutely. Morgan Freeman, he is definitely one of the greatest of all time, not just of our time, which is what the list is, of our time. He's one of the greatest of all time, period. Samuel L. Jackson, one of the greatest of our time. Kate Winslet, one of the greatest of our time. Octavia Spencer, one of the greatest of our time. Tom Hanks, one of the greatest of all time. That's the difference there, right? Of all time. Tom Hanks for sure. Julianne Moore, no. George Clooney, no. Joaquin Phoenix, yes. Kate Blanchett, I think I said no to start. I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick by the no. She's still a great actress. I'm just going to say no. So there you go, BitCommS. There's a list. Oh, I'm over time. I got to go. Thank you for all agreeing with me. You all take care. Dress to impress, even if it's for yourself. I will see you all tomorrow, Friendly Friday, in about 12 hours or so. You guys take care. Thank you all so much.